And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean.
Robert, darling, let's say hello later. We need to go to the airport. Pick up Granny Kettle.
Daddy.
Fucking hell!
Patrick.
I want to go home, Friday. I want to go home, Friday.
Sorry, Thomas.
No. Okay.
I was only just dropping off. I've been awake half the night.
Now it's time to get up.
I thought we were on holiday.
So did I. But we've been up since 5, haven't we, Thomas? Right. We're off to the airport to fetch my mother.
Don't rush back.
Well, there's lots to do. Open all the windows. Air the place. If you want to finish the unpacking, that would be helpful. Thomas. Robert! Airport!
Seamus? Patrick! I thought I heard your car last night. Welcome back. Eleanor cannot wait to see you. Oh, sorry, this is Kevin. Nanette.
Hey, Patrick.
We were just discussing how wonderful your mother is to let the foundation make use of your beautiful home. Amazing woman. She's helped so many people to connect.
With what?
With other realities.
Yes. Well, meanwhile, back in this one, I opened my wardrobe this morning to find so many copies of Way of the Soul. They were getting in the way of the shoes.
Way of the Shoes. Genius. It's actually a better title. Reminding us to keep our feet on the ground.
Do you think these signs of institutional life could be removed when we're here on holiday? In August, this is our family home.
Of course. I apologize.
These leaflets on Reiki workshops and healing circles are entirely lost on us. And this board, while an attractive cork, is yours, not ours.
I'll take it to my cottage.
You mean my mother's cottage?
Where she lets me stay.
For how long? I thought you were going back to Ireland.
No, I'm here for the whole summer. You won't even know I'm here.
Monsieur Melrose?
Bonjour, Claudine. Comment va ma mère?
Si vous voulez la voir, elle vous attend.
I want you to know that I'm very unhappy. And not being able to connect.
Yes. That must be horrible.
Yes. Horrible. Yes.
but I am brave.
The others are at the airport picking up Mary's mother. They're all very keen to see you. Only when you feel up to it, of course. Thomas has grown, as you'd expect.
Has he? Thomas
What's this?
is like me.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to...
Good flight, Kettle.
Hello, Patrick. No, hideous. There was an awful woman next to me who was terrifically proud of her breasts and kept sticking them in her child's face.
It's called breastfeeding.
Thank you, darling. I know it's all the rage, but when I was having children, the clever woman was the one who went to the party looking as if she'd never been pregnant, not the one with her breast sticking out.
Daddy, I'm coming!
At least not for breastfeeding.
Robert, will you show Granny to her room? Patrick? Goodness, you're drinking.
Temporary measure.
It's been a while.
She's really outdone herself this time. From the solicitor's care of my mother. Care's the right word. I've been disinherited.
What?
She's signing the house over to this joke charity. Nothing to us, nothing to our children.
Patrick, that's
Oh, and she
awful.
wants me to check for loopholes, make sure the whole thing runs smoothly. It's not enough to be disinherited. She wants me to chip in with the paperwork.
Did she say why?
Took her half the morning, but apparently she wants to do good. She wants to help people. Anyone, really, just as long as they're not fucking related to
Not
her.
so loud.
She seeks closure and my validation. That bastard Seamus might as well be whispering in her fucking ear.
Darling, you're ranting.
I have to rant. She was always a lousy mother, but I hope she might take a holiday from that towards the end of her life, feel that she'd achieved enough by way of betrayal and neglect, and that now it was time for her to take a break and play with her grandchildren. What frightens me the most is how much I loathe her. When I read the letter, I tried to loosen my collar so I could breathe, and I realized it wasn't my collar. It was actually a noose tightening around my neck. A noose of loathing.
She's not going to change now. She's a frightened
I
little
know.
woman.
I know. What do I loathe, then? I loathe the poison dripping down from generation to generation. And I'd rather die than inflict the same thing on our children.
That won't happen. Not if we don't let it. Please don't drink. Relax.
She's giving it all away.
To the charity, yes.
Strange kind of charity.
Robert! Go and say hello. Now, I'm only telling you in case Patrick seems a little off.
So he should be. It's so lovely here. Who's this now?
I told you, it's Patrick's friend, Julia. Lucy's her daughter.
Certainly seems pleased to see her.
Hello, Mary.
She's just being nice. She's been having a hard time.
But can't you fight it? You're a barrister, for Christ's sake.
She may be an unmaternal idiot, but it's her money. She wants to burn the last of it on a New Age hotel, and there's nothing I can do to stop her.
Can't you pretend to be a shaman and keep the place?
Sadly, I'm one of the few people on Earth that has absolutely no healing powers.
Why aren't you two playing with each other? Play!
Besides, I find it difficult enough looking after my family, let alone saving the world.
I think looking after your children can be another way of giving up. Well, they become the whole ones. The well ones, the ones who don't drink too much, get divorced, become mentally ill. You spend so much time guarding them against decay and depression that you end up decayed and depressed. Sorry. I'm a bit down. Since the divorce, I get these terrible moments of vertigo. Like I don't exist.
I get that.
At your age, I think that's very pretentious.
It's true.
But it doesn't stop you being a happy child, does it?
Sometimes. When it's happening.
You're doing a wonderful job.
Hello there.
Oh, Christ, it's the landlord.
You don't like Julia very much.
Robert, I do like her. Whereas clever people are just thinking out loud, Julia's thinking about what she sounds like. I shouldn't have said that. Don't repeat it.
Are you a healer yourself?
Yes, Seamus. Who have you healed?
Well, I actually worked in a nursing home for many years, washing patients covered in their own feces, spoon-feeding old people who couldn't feed themselves, that sort of thing. And do you know what? I'm grateful for it, Julia. It's kept me grounded.
What a shame you didn't stick to that. You might have actually done some tangible good.
Patrick likes to keep me grounded too. But I think we do tangible good here with the courses we run. We bring inner city kids here and they love it. Meditation, drumming, they say to me, Seamus, this is incredible. It's like tripping without the drugs.
Do we need a charity for tripping? With all the ills in the world, it seems a rather wild hole to plug. Can't you just give them acid?
You can tell he's a barrister.
I'm all for people having hobbies. Can't they do it in the comfort of their own homes?
Sadly, Patrick, some homes are not that comfortable.
No. I know the feeling.
Well, Julia.
Fascinating.
Mon plaisir.
Seamus?
Patrick.
This gift of Eleanor's about the house.
Yes, you mentioned that.
I'm looking into it. Don't go picking out the wallpaper just yet.
I hesitate to mention this.
Please keep on hesitating.
But this idea of yours to sign the house over to the foundation, I've looked over the paperwork and I have to point out it leaves you very exposed. Of course, you must do as you wish, but your store of capital won't pay for much more care. We could go broke very quickly.
Patrick is only trying to help. You can do what you want.
Yes.
If you could just loan the house for the time being.
I
then
really do
decide-
object!
It's okay.
Well, we'll leave you. You must be tired.
Sorry if I upset you.
Please don't.
I want to go away.
What do you mean?
Leave you.
Can drive a man mad is being forced to have the emotion he's being forbidden to have at the same time. The treachery makes me feel furious, and now I'm being forced to feel pity. Well, I'm a simple sort of man, and I remain fucking angry!
Robert, everyone's by the pool. Go and join them. I don't think it's kind to turn Robert against his grandmother.
In a beauty contest between her only child and a complete stranger, my mother chose the stranger.
And you're right to feel betrayed, but Robert has his
No,
own
we've all been lied to. Whatever happened in the past, at least we had someone we all felt at home. And now all those little concessions to family feeling are being tossed away to be replaced by the trademark family malice and spite.
Well, that's not inevitable.
Isn't it?
Not necessarily. Please. Spend time with the children. That's why we're here.
Right. Who wants to play in the pool? Robert?
I'm reading.
Oh, come on. Let's play. Why we're here. Julia? No? Lucy? No?
No, thanks.
Didn't ask you. Come on.
Dad!
Ugh.
Stop being silly.
Oh, come on, Robert.
Stop!
Don't be a bore.
I'm serious! Stop!
I knew this would happen.
For God's sake, Kettle.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
Of course he's fine. You're fine, aren't you, Robert?
Yes, I'm fine.
Yeah, you see, he's fine. Just a game. Bit of fun.
That looks like fun.
No, not fun. Necessity, I'm afraid. Want one?
Got my own.
Of course you do.
But if you're offering. How long?
4 years.
I thought you were only meant to take it for 30 days.
I definitely have a problem. Namely that they're not strong enough. I get all the side effects. The memory loss, dehydration, nightmarish withdrawals, everything except the sleep. It's strange to think we used to do this for fun. I remember taking acid in Greece.
I remember where you stashed it.
Yes, sorry about that.
I didn't mind. But let's not get nostalgic.
Another pleasure denied.
Whenever I get nostalgic, I force myself to remember what youth was actually like.
It was awful. Trouble is, all I remember is the sex. Great abundance of sex and a sense of potential instead of an absence of sex and a sense of waste. Christ, I'm going to need 40 milligrams tonight.
Perhaps
Perhaps we shouldn't be having this conversation.
Perhaps not.
Oh, my darling. So sorry to wake you.
What time is it?
It's very early.
Are we going now? Shall I pack my bag?
Oh, my darling. I have to go without you.
You can't.
Darling, please understand. You have to stay here with your father. Just for a short while. And then when I've spoken to the lawyer. Patrick, listen to me. This is very important. But I've got to do this properly. Yes? In exactly the right way. Then I can come back and get you. And we can be together. Patrick, do you understand?
Daddy,
Hello.
what are you doing?
Thomas has pushed me out of bed again, so I thought I'd go and sleep in his room.
That's Julia's room.
Yes. I was just checking to see if she was... Poor Thomas. Well, I'd better... You must... Right. Say having you both here at the same time is like a dream.
Like a dream. My dear, so nice to see you out. How are you? Very.
Well, I'll leave you two to chat.
Thomas, don't play with the wine. That's for grown-ups.
It certainly is.
Is that the answer?
We'll find out, won't we?
Sure we will.
I was going to buy Thomas some child reins for his birthday, but apparently they're out of fashion.
I'm not putting my child in a harness.
Really? Nanny used to swear by them.
And I used to swear at them.
You didn't, actually, because swearing was not allowed, unlike some households.
Which of our mothers is worse, do you think? I realise the disinheritance thing gives Ellen the edge, but yours is really putting it to work.
At least eat something first.
Anyone who thinks a week is a long time in politics should have her to stay. A week's a fucking eternity.
I don't know how you cope without a nanny, Mary.
I don't know how I'd cope with one. I always wanted to look after the children myself.
Yes, motherhood takes some people that way. It didn't in my case, but then I was quite young when I had Lucy. I think you can be too nice to children. If you want them to grow up to be corporate lawyers or chief executives, no use filling their head with ideas of trust and truth-telling and reliability. They won't be able to compete in the real world.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Oh, Christ.
I was going to call by and see Eleanor, but here she is now.
Seamus, please sit here. Join us for lunch.
Oh, no. I wouldn't want to intrude on a family affair. Well, maybe just for a moment or two.
Patrick says you're a writer.
Did I?
I've sometimes thought myself about writing a book. I've got so many ideas, but it's putting them down on paper.
It can do your head in. I've done a beginning, several beginnings, but maybe it's all just beginnings. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, do.
She's doing this on purpose now, just to annoy us.
I won't give her the satisfaction.
It all sounds absolutely fascinating.
Well, join us. I'll sign you up for a session.
Do you know, perhaps I will. Patrick, I'm going to do a workshop.
Yes, you should. It's the only way you'll get to see the house in the cherry season.
Oh, the cherries. Now, they are something. Me and Eleanor always have this little ritual we do around the cherries. Don't we, Eleanor?
Yeah.
The fruits of life, you know.
Sounds very profound. Do they taste any better than if they were simply the fruits of the cherry tree?
Cherries.
I'll bring you some.
What a handsome rent.
No.
A simple bowl of cherries for all of this.
No.
Talk about luck of the Irish.
No! Enough! Rent!
No. I'll go. It's my fault. I'm not giving you much of a holiday, am I? Must try harder.
Is Granny really giving this all away?
That's what she wants to do.
We love it here.
I know, but it's hers, not ours. She's always been pathologically generous. And if she was giving it to the blind or the homeless or medical research or victims of torture, we'd be not delighted, but we'd understand.
But she's giving it to Seamus.
To the Foundation. So, yes, to Seamus.
Do you loathe her?
Of course not. And you mustn't either.
Oh, this is a touching scene. Mary wants you back before Seamus seduces Kettle.
Try to get Mary disinherited as well?
We'll have to kill him after all.
If we kill Seamus, do we keep the house?
Sadly not.
More efficient to kill Kettle before she changes her will.
You're right. I let emotion cloud my judgment.
I'm going to read my book.
I suppose I should be more careful.
About what?
I've tried so hard not to pass on the malice and resentment. Give them a different sort of childhood. But they're just fresh mistakes. And Robert notices everything. He caught me outside your room last night.
What were you doing outside my room?
I thought I'd come and see you. Would you have been pleased?
Maybe next time.
It's going to be next time.
Oh, you're bored and lonely. I'm bored and lonely.
It's a terrifying amount of boredom and loneliness in one room.
Maybe they'll cancel each other out, like electrical charges.
No, we should conduct an experiment.
In controlled conditions.
See if we eliminate the boredom or achieve an overload of loneliness.
People will think we're having an affair.
I'm almost too scared to ask.
I'm cheering myself up. This is by Boudin. Sell this, and we might just be able to afford a second bedroom in Queen's Park. A normal child-sized bedroom, rather than a converted broom cupboard.
You can't steal from her.
Not from her, from him. He's getting the house, and I can certainly keep the fucking Boudin. Pass me that other screwdriver, will you?
You can't keep this up. At some point, you have to let it all go.
Bit late for that.
I don't mean the house. Do you want to come up to bed with me?
Let's not introduce exciting words like want. We both know that Thomas will claim my place. I'll sleep down here. Pass the screwdriver, will you? Screwdriver?
Mind if I come in? When's your flight?
I have to leave by 9.
Our timing.
It's never been good.
I should go before Thomas wakes up.
Patrick. Summer fling. Yes.
Summer fling.
Well, thank you for having us.
We'll speak on the phone.
When you get a chance.
Maybe the same.
No, it won't. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, dear. I wanted to say goodbye to Seamus. Send him my love, won't you? It'd be strange to be here without you, Patrick. Oh, is this your car? Very small.
Yes. Right, come on, let's go. Buck.
Just us, thank God. Now we can have fun.
It's the right thing to do.
I'm sure it is.
Also, it's a fake. I spoke to a man at Sotheby's. You can tell by the wage, apparently. So, Seamus isn't the first man to bamboozle her. Some art dealer in Paris achieved that facile trick 40 years ago.
Well, let's not tell Seamus.
Certainly not.
Just picture his face when he finds out.
Ah, there go the flotation tanks. I need to let all this go.
When you've talked about the things that have happened here, won't it help to move on?
Perhaps. If I didn't have my mother's protection, at least I had the protection of this place. Now that's been taken away too, I fear I might go mad. At the same time, part of me can't wait to get rid of the fucking place.
Then let's go back to London.
Or somewhere else. After this holiday, we need a holiday.
Where would we go?
Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour. C'est fini. I'm sure there's a good reason.
We're such a big party.
Hello there. We're back. It's Patrick, isn't it? Kevin, Annette.
We're making tea.
I don't understand.
Oh, did Seamus not talk to you? He said there might be a spare room.
Seamus. Don't mean to disturb your hard work. Not at all. Please, here, be my guest. Is that what I am now? Your guest? Or are you rather our guest until we leave? Because we're not prepared to have you billet your sidekicks with us.
I merely thought, given that you've so much space, you could accommodate my guests.
The terms of my mother's gift are absolutely clear.
Terms is a very legalistic way of putting it. There's nothing in writing about the foundation providing you or your family with a free holiday.
But Robert, go back to the house.
I have genuine sympathy for the trouble you're having.
We're not talking about the trouble I'm having. We're talking about the trouble that you're having.
They're inseparable.
Everything seems inseparable to a moron.
Oh, let's all calm down, shall we?
My wife's your great defender, Seamus. My theory is that you're a bad man pretending to be an idiot, whereas she thinks you're merely an idiot.
If we could stay on the subject.
Perhaps the community should hold a meeting. Kevin and Annette.
Not part of your fucking community!
If you don't want to be part of it, then maybe you should go.
Why did you go away, you stupid man? This is my granny's house and we have more right to be here than you do.
Well, I'm going to have to go and process some of these negative feelings.
You do that. Process away. Be my guest. Do a little ritual. Now, one more thing. My mother gave me this. It's a little shaky. She's not well. It says, "Why Seamus no come?" Now she's given you the house, you've dropped her.
I don't need lectures from you about the importance of my relationship to Eleanor.
Just go and visit her. I knew she's not great company, but that's just one of the treasure trove of things you have in common.
taking the children to the US. To see your sister, Nancy, in Connecticut. They've never been. Just 10 days. Claudine will look after you while we're gone. Then we'll find you somewhere in London, somewhere comfortable. We'll bring you home.
Time to go.
Say bye to Granny. Beautiful boy. Come on.
Keep going, keep going. I want you to kill me.
I'd love to help, but it's against the law.
No. No longer.
All right. Ready.
Come on. Let's go. Why don't you go and sit with your father? Watch TV. He'd like that. We'll go to Aunt Nancy's in the morning.
To engage China in the process, so there is more than one voice speaking to Mr. Kim Jong-il.
That's it for the news. Now the latest on the weather. Over to you, John.
Thank you, Karen.
I'm cutting down, look. Come and say good night.
Good night, then.
God, she's invited Henry.
Who's Henry?
Ah, Nancy's cousin. He inherited all the money, and, well, that makes Nancy furious. Whatever you do, don't mention politics. He's a nice guy, but pretty much a fascist.
Oh, good.
Hello. Christ, I hate the rich.
Especially now you're not going to become one.
Especially now.
Well, there's a games room, a cinema, and a pool, of course.
It's very kind of you, Nancy.
Well, after what my sister's done to you, it's the least I could do. Oh, Patrick tells me you're working now.
always work time in publishing.
They won't run indoors, will they?
Of course
They're
not.
shouting, that sort of thing.
Nonsense. They must do whatever they want.
Well, they should stay out of the woods. It's a Lyme disease hotspot. Oh, and the ticks are dreadful this year. Poison ivy, too. It looks pretty, but really it's like a Cambodian swamp. Best to assume you're always in danger.
A rule to live by.
Robert, Thomas, shall we go for a swim?
I'll go get the swimming costumes.
Patrick, could you come here? So many things, so many lovely things, all stolen. World-class fortune, gone. These were ours. $1.5 million. That's what my little stepbrother got for Mummy's garden tubs.
I think you're doing just fine here, Nancy.
This place? Oh, believe me, this has nothing to what we should have had.
Shall we talk about my mother? There's no improvement or hope of any improvement. She's aware of this and has asked me to kill her.
Oh, Patrick, that's not fair. That's really not fair.
I have no doubt that helping her to die would be the most loving thing I could do.
Oh, maybe you should rent an ambulance and drive her to Holland.
Arriving in Holland isn't in itself fatal.
Oh, please, let's not talk about this anymore. It's very upsetting.
I haven't told Mary yet, so...
Why haven't you told her?
In case it's a good idea.
Those swimming costumes. Nancy, we're very grateful.
No, treat it like home. But no wet feet on the carpet.
Oh, of course.
And no playing with figurines. They're mine.
Don't suppose you'd like a drink before dinner?
Oh, I don't drink, didn't you know? I watched it destroy Daddy's life. But you help yourself.
Later, perhaps. Bit pokey. There you are. Oh, that's better. Nice and army. Oh, damn.
Ding, 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 dong, ding, dong. What I can get. Nothing yet. Baby, you ain't come at me yet. There's something you
Julia, it's Patrick. You hiding behind your machine. Oh, well. I hear. Feel a little in free fall here. Just wanted to hear a friendly voice. Oh, well. Love you.
You are. We were about to call the police.
Oh, there's a sobering thought. Sorry, I had a sudden yearn to go to the countryside. Sobering. Did I say slobering? I meant sobering.
I was just talking about how tired the children are from playing outside.
Well, of course, it's nothing compared to what we used to have. Our grandfather had a 150-acre garden on Long Island. And I'm not talking about woods and fields.
Please. Should we change the subject?
Henry was telling us all about the Middle East.
Oh, we could change it back.
As I was recalling Pearl Harbor, when Admiral Yamamoto had finished his attack, he said, "Gentlemen, we have roused a sleeping giant. And it is this thought that should be uppermost in the minds of the world's terrorists and their state sponsors."
Mummy's broken!
Are you aware of the phrase, children should be seen but not heard?
Of course. I think it's nonsense.
Well, for my part, I've always found it to be entirely too liberal.
You'd rather not see him either.
Jesus Christ. Nancy, you sound like my father.
Patrick, we're just trying to extend some hospitality.
And we're just part white trash throwing ourselves on the charity of our American kin.
You don't have to accept it if you don't want to.
You're right. We don't.
But we'd like to.
Speak for yourself.
I am. I'm also trying to speak for our children.
You're not even speaking for yourself. Entirely too liberal. Come on. Fuck off.
Less than 24 hours.
New personal best.
Hardly worth unpacking.
You're safely installed with your lover, I see.
I'll move him to the other side.
No, God forbid. You should actually spare one actual drop of love from the children.
Voice. No, you're right. I have no love or affection for you when you're like this.
The rest of the time?
The rest of the time? I think you should know. I've started imagining life without you. Any compassion or patience I might have had, it's all dried up. It's not just the drinking. All this demeaning thing with Julia. Demeaning to you as much as me. All this mindless destruction. It's the way the children are involved. That thing Nancy said tonight about watching her father destroy his life. That's what Robert saw this evening. And yet you don't stop. If you can't change, you have to go.
Ça va, madame?
Lovely spot.
Daydream, I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful day. Daydream, I dream of you amid the flowers for a couple of hours, singing all of the day.
Lots has been said today about my mother's innocence and why didn't she? Sorry, I can't do this. This is not grief or mourning. This is rage. She failed to protect her son.
I know what a tyrant his father could be, but I did my best. My very, very best.
It's too much. If you love someone, you protect them.